Governor Newsom, welcome to the Daily Social Distancing Show. California has quickly become one of the biggest stories in and around the coronavirus outbreak, specifically because of how the numbers have grown, but also because of what the state has been doing to combat coronavirus. Talk us through the initiative that just kicked off today. What is happening with regards to expanding healthcare and beds for people who need it?
So we have to increase our healthcare capacity within our hospital system by 2/3. And in order to do that, you need three things. You need the physical spaces, you need all the protective gear, the N95 masks, the ventilators, but you need people at the end of the day. And the most precious resource are people. And as a consequence, there's no way we can meet the moment unless people that are recently retired or people that are in the middle of credentialing and licensing start to enter into the workforce. So we just did a big push today to create a health core and create incentives and create the kind of flexibility so we can get thousands and thousands of phlebotomists and pharmacists and paramedics and EMTs, nurses and doctors into the workforce over the next few weeks.
So that's what you're doing with regards to fighting coronavirus on the ground. But as you said, you need the equipment that the people are going to use. One of the most confusing conversations happening right now in America is the battle between governors/states and the president/the federal government. In your opinion, where is the federal government falling short, and where do you think states need to step up and do more to fight this pandemic?
We have not received any ventilators in a state of 40 million to meet our needs. There were 170 ventilators that went directly to LA County. Just a couple days ago, they opened the boxes and found out that none of them worked. So rather than complaining about it, we decided to ship them from LA. I brought them into Silicon Valley, and literally within 72 hours, all of them were fixed, and they've already been sent back down to Los Angeles. It's a way of making this point and answering your question. We're not waiting around for the federal government. We need more support, but at the end of the day, we have to be resourceful in our mindset and our approach and use all the tools in our toolkit. All of that being said, I want to thank the president in this respect. We got that USNS Mercy, that large hospital ship, 1,000-bed capacity into LA a couple of days ago. And that's the kind of thing we do count on the federal government for. Beyond that, we're going to be as resourceful as we can be.
One of the things you were given credit for is being one of the governors who acted earliest with regards to the coronavirus. You know, you told people over 65 to stay at home. You then implemented a lockdown before many other states did. You've still come out and said you are worried that up to 25 million Californians/Americans could get the coronavirus. How do you think you are looking right now? Do those numbers still look as dire, or do you think that you've done enough to stave off the pandemic from growing?
Well, good enough never is. You don't run the 90-yard dash on this. And I think the biggest mistake we can make is having done all of this good work, the stay-at-home orders, having people practice safe physical distancing. I prefer physical distancing to social distancing because a lot of young folks are confused by social distancing when they're all socially connected, but we need them physically apart. The fact that we're practicing that at scale, we think has bought us time. But we're not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. Let me be specific. In just the last 4 days, we have tripled the number of people in our ICUs. We've doubled in the last 4 days the number of people in our hospital system. But we do believe that early call on stay at home and physical distancing bought us a few days, maybe a week or two, that allowed us to start getting our resources in place to meet the moment.